question I have, though, is do you regret trading the Voynich Manuscript?
Okay, we traded for some books, and I said, well, we get in line, like the Voynich Manuscript, because I've seen this before online for Amazon, and they have different ones, but I like this one because these are original scans of the book that you can actually look at, study yourself, and come to your own conclusion.
So you came up with the proposal.
Yes.
I had I had a box of books.
And the only reason why I knew of this book was because of you. So I thought the book was interesting, but it's for myself. You would have to put too much time into it to actually find out what's there. There's already a bunch of people who have searched and searched and searched their whole life and died and found practically hardly anything about this. I don't think it's a hoax. I don't think it's a hoax. And the reason why I don't, it's too elaborate to be a hoax. Somebody's going way off.
And there was no errors in any of the writing.
No,
too.
and the writing is so perfect.
Just like the Devil's Bible book. How
No,
that has no errors. This one
Yeah,
has no errors.
I don't think it's evil. I don't think it's bad. I think it has to do with a lot of things, because there's a lot of ancient cultures that planted and did certain things and worshipped during certain times of the year that they did things. This is an original copy, or I should say scans, of a book called the Voynich Manuscript. And now, the book is not, the reason why the book is called that is because there was a scientist that got a hold of this book.
Actually, he was a book dealer, or was he a scientist himself?
He was a scientist himself, because I saw pictures of him in a white scientist
All right, I'll fact check that.
Okay, all right. We can fact check that later, and
Yeah,
Josh will
I'll
get
just
back
edit
with
it
you
in.
and edit it in on purpose. His life research was about this book. He could not figure this out at all.
And he got it from a church in northern Italy, I believe, in the
He died.
1920s or so.
He left it to his wife. His wife ended up old age. She left this book to her friend. Her friend didn't know anything about this book either. There was a man from, what college was that again?
Well, he was a book dealer himself. He ended up buying the book. She tried to sell it for like $200,000, I believe, and he ended up buying it for $40,000. And he tried to sell it himself for a decade or so. And he donated it to Yale University, their library there in like
So
the late
there
60s,
and there
I believe.
in their university, they have this original book on display in a glass case. The glass case is tempered with temperature to keep the book at the same temperature, so it will not be destroyed any further by outside elements, I believe.
And it still has a lot of vibrant colors. That's a
And now, a lot of people have studied this book and have lost their lives and have not gotten any further. The book looks like,
which is wood planks, I believe, and the style that it was found in was like the wood, and then bound, and then the paper itself is parchment, which is lambskin. I've seen videos where they say it probably came from Northern Europe based on the DNA of the cows or anything, but they
don't really know. They're guessing.
Or the
They're
meaning.
guessing. Okay, well, this is what the pages look like in the writing. There's an ancient cult writing called Vitanian that it kind of looks like Vitanian in nature. And if you look at the green and stuff, this is actually going to be, okay, this is page 1. So if we turn this page, you're going to see that the watercolors bleeded through to the other side. See? These first 40 pages of what looks like to be of plants, of like part it has to do with like somebody that deals with that's a paleobotanist, okay, that has to deal with different kinds of plants and things. And
I've noticed a lot of them are aquatic. Like there's a lily pad. A lot of them have long roots.
And a lot of them, you don't notice that some of these plants don't exist anymore, if you notice.
And there's some scientists who question that he kind of was making hybrids, because it'll be like a combination of two different plants that haven't been hybrid.
True, because it's showing roots, the root system, like how you would grow a seed with the root coming out.
For sure. It's a pretty thick book, too. Like,
oh, yeah.
it's pretty much broken down in botanical, hot springs, astronomical.
Well, here, let's get past the plants.
Well, now we're stepping into like this zodiac.
A zodiac, star chart kind of thing, that one of the pages that opens up, and then this book will go
Oh
detail
yeah, it's just like
of
a
each
centerfold
page.
of a Playboy.
Yeah, where it
folds
opens
out,
up. Yeah.
To the different
Well, it
charts.
didn't have to be Playboy. We didn't have to go to the perverted
We
part.
need, like,
But okay,
something
then we got here.
referential.
I think this has to do with plants and harvest and all that kind of stuff. And this, what is that? The different faces there. Moons.
North, south, east, west, and it's like moon faces.
Yeah. And this, and
It's like a cube, and then it's the different seasons.
yeah,
Four.
it's really, and then you've got this one here.
And he was a terrible artist too.
This looks like a reverse number 4. That looks like the letter L. I mean, every single thing has its purpose in here in the center. Looks like a star with another plant or something.
Yeah, that's
around
like
it.
Minnesota North Stars colors.
Yeah. And then this opens up even more.
Play seasons center of this one with the rotation.
I
of
don't
women
know
in the
what it is about
constellation.
the naked women in the tubs all the way around the outside.
So, as we get into the next section, I'll give my sort of theories on that as we go along. There's the Aries.
And there's another one.
Blue.
This is a little more like a colored version. That looks like a dog, man, a woman.
So, we get more similar, and more naked women.
Wait, because there's other. Is there?
That's where it starts to get freaky.
Okay, you got Scorpio. You got 2 women,
yeah.
Pisces and Pisces. You got other zodiac
I was
signs.
listening to this podcast where one of the professors from Penn or something, he talks about the Voynich Manuscript, and he didn't really commit to any theories, but one thing he was adamant about was, oh, this can't be a lost language. We'd know about it. There'd be some trace for it. Okay, well, it's still mysterious. You guys have no reference point to the linguistics of it.
This
But how
looks
can
like
it
a
not be
dog.
a lost language? So they think
There's
it
no
might be a
zodiac
cipher.
sign for a dog. There's no zodiac sign.
It looks like an ox, like Taurus.
Is that what you think it is?
Yeah, I'm on to
What's this one?
something.
A woman with a wand?
Yeah, I haven't really examined that one yet. It's pretty peculiar. So now we're moving into the hot springs section here. And there's dozens of these sketches.
And it's
So
what's weird is they're just women.
they're pregnant women too. You even hear historians say that, as you can see. They all have bulging bellies. And the theory behind the green liquid, this one's blue, but most of the time it's green liquid in these. Look at that, it's like a it almost looks like a mermaid type.
Is that a woman bathing?
So these green vats, he was into the botanicals. They're all green. He was soaking them in like they were herbal teas. And these were kind of like therapeutical medicines for pregnant women in medieval time. That's when they date the book. I think, early 1400s. And it goes on with these writings. And you see how it's not on this page. They'll be like,
Is she giving birth?
It's like going right down the chute, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe it was like those hot water bursts that they do.
Is this woman just like...
It's like a hot dog spring. Medicinal.
That's some kind of plant or something.
Here we
What
go.
in the world is this?
Okay. You see where it's being strained and it's coming down in here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a sauna. These are great detailed ones with the different roots. And apparently this was either a medieval microscope to look at the different intricacies.
Also, I think he was
These were also like
hybrid
featured.
plants.
Yeah.
Hybrid
we were
growth
talking
plants.
earlier, so
Yeah. And I think that's what this is.
A lot of his sketching are. So he was like essentially a medieval apothecary, medieval pharmacist. And these were his different herbal recipes. His notes were coded, in essence, or his own language that he had, so that only he could decipher it, so others couldn't take his recipes for medications.
And for the artwork that's in this book, for the same type of book in the same era, it's the same watercolors artwork.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing that special about the
artwork or the colors.
pigment from the colors.
No. So it's the same type of artwork and
Art wasn't
watercolors
his
from the era.
forte.
A lot of people from the era used the same.
Is that a stain?
Yeah,
I
there's
never
a
saw
stain
this
there,
one, yeah.
and it bled through to this page. And let's see if it's on the next page. Yep, it's on
It
the
just
next
kept
page
going.
too.
There was like a huge blotch.
Like a cup of coffee stain.
Yep, he was just having his coffee in medieval Europe, like writing out prescriptions, pregos.
This one's got different stars for each paragraph. Which ones go together? Same thing with over here.
Yeah, this is like his glossary section almost.
High quality printing of the manuscript in its entirety is the perfect addition to your library. Read carefully. The key to unraveling this titillating historical mystery could be right under your nose.
Question I have though is, do you regret trading the Voynich manuscript?
No.
You were kind of clutching it for a while there, though. You didn't want to give it up.
I don't regret it.
Tradesies, no trades backs. That's the code.
Keepers, keepers, losers, weepers.
Yeah, that's the code of
Okay,
conduct.
yeah,
here.
that's the code of trade
Pulp
there.
Code of Conduct.